Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have an awesome reading, Sagittarius, right? And we have a lot of fairies here, a couple owls. Yeah, somebody here is wise. Yes, they are. Either that or they're an owl keeper, right? We have these two owls that are coming out like one after another, right? And so we have the King of Raphael, Sagittarius, and here he is. This is warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Like it, what every woman wants in a man, right? And so, and here he is. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Okay, so, the angel's blessing him behind, basically, and here's the king. Maybe this is a water sign. He's coming out of the water with his pitchfork, which is, often represented or, symbolizing King Neptune or the planet of Neptune, right? They don't necessarily have to be. We do have a lot of water energy. Next to it is the mermaid. And here she is, this red-haired mermaid. And she's like bringing this blue flower, the blue rose. And that talks about miracles. This is enchanting, unconventional, and strong convictions. Somebody in this reading knows exactly what they want, and they're very clear on it. I feel like they have looked at this and stepped back and took a look at the big picture, like this fairy is doing right here. Yeah, the beautiful fairy, right? Have you ever seen an ugly fairy? I haven't, right? But there's mean people in the world who look beautiful. There certainly are, or they, yeah, there are. But anyway, this mermaid, though, Sagittarius, talks about somebody who is like very intuitive and they're trusting their feelings, right? That's what intuitive people do. That's why when they have too many feelings or they're kind of sensitive, it can be hard. Like if you're maybe, somebody who is like an empath, right? They also, they have a lot of intuition and they go together, right? Like the Queen of Cups has feelings and intuition both, and so they go together. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's interesting, right? Of course, but which is kind of going along with the whole law of attraction thing. Which what I mean is that when you're a kind, you can manifest many more things into your life. Or when you put, like, you give to people or you're kind to them, you're putting that out to the universe, so you're going to get that back. But you're putting that out with your good feelings or your nice feelings. Yeah, this is it. It all works together, right? That's why kind of mean people, things don't work out for them. No, they don't. I know a couple mean people, right? It's not me, Sagittarius, all right? Just so you know. And we have the moon. This is imagination and perception. Yeah, and going back to this mermaid, this blue rose, I don't believe there are real blue roses in the world. That's why this means a miracle. This talks about somebody finds you very enchanting. Yeah, they do. And in other words, magical, beautiful, interesting. Yeah, like that, right? And unconventional. So this is something like once in a lifetime. I feel like what this is that somebody knows that you are their soulmate and they're coming. And the moon is here. This is imagination and perception. And here's the owl, right? That moon's behind him. This person is imagining being with you. That's what they are doing. And they are using their perception here and their feelings and their intuition and all this stuff. We even have the intuition card here, right? And so now we have this other owl. It's from this deck over here with the mermaid. This is insight, mystery, and hidden potential. Yeah. Let's have a look at the owl here because this lady here, she's the author. And so she has, of course, she has, more interesting things to say that, right? Or more, she can add to it. But this mermaid is a wild card in this deck. It means that you can now reach for your wishes. Yeah, it's like when you're playing a game and you get the wild card, right? And your cousin tried to cheat you or whatever he did, or he thinks he's winning and he's being kind of a jerk, right? And so now you have a wild card. Let's see what we have. You can tell that's what happened with me, right? Let's see. This is the owl is, I can see clearly now. I see the truth in all situations. I have the strength of 1,000,000,000 stars and the compassion of a rose. That's another thing. When we talk about when people are kind, they get courage. It's just, yeah. And some people think it's the opposite, but it is not the opposite, right? It's the same thing like with the law of attraction, basically. And we need more time to explain. Some of you guys already know, right? But this is, I have special talents and abilities that are manifesting right now. I mean, this can talk about abilities, right? Like creative endeavors. It can, because creative endeavors also go along with love and wishes coming true. They're all together, and this is what I've been basically trying to say here. Let's see what it says about the owl. Yeah, they're beautiful animals. They are, and they always look kind of like older men to me. That's kind of how they look. All right, don't get mad if you're an older man, right? Yeah, because they're wise and they always have beautiful eyes, don't they? Okay, let's see what it says here. The card you have selected shows a captivating screech owl. That's his name, a screech owl, or the type of owl he is, sitting on a large branch. It turns its head to acknowledge your presence. In general, the owl is an old soul associated with profound knowledge and ancient wisdom. Now, this person, maybe they're older, but they may have just grown up here and they are wise, because the wisdom showing up in this reading, in other words, maybe they've been wise all along, but I feel like this is kind of an awakening or some type of painful purification this person has gone through. And at the end of their painful kind of process, they have learned, right? And the World card is here, and this can talk about learning a great lesson or lessons, right? Definitely. But there's definitely wisdom in this reading. There is, and yeah. And so let's see what else it says. This intuitive bird can see what is unseen, as well as decode secrets. It knows what is going to happen before it transpires. This metaphor might come from the fact that the owl's eyes have a unique feature, a third eyelid. Wow. Yeah, this lady's a trip, because, I haven't really read this stuff before. No. I kind of thought her deck was boring at first. I'm bad, right? Let's see, you guys. Where's the third eyelid at? Let me see here. Maybe it's right here in the middle. I think it is, like between the eyes. Interesting, right? Because that's where the third eye is, but I thought it was a little bit higher, right? Yeah. But kind of between the brows. And a third eyelid. Yeah, the eyelid opens and closes from the sides, keeping its eyes clean. With this power, you're able to understand what's usually hidden to most. It helps you see beyond illusion and deceit, allowing you to avoid confusing situations. I feel like this person, for me, it appears that somebody loves you here, Sagittarius, and, I feel like they're trusting in this reading. It looks like they're coming, and they're trusting that you're probably going to go along with them, or that you'll take them back. Yeah, because we have, yes, it is safe to trust, but there's a lot of wisdom gained here. So I feel like, before this happened or earlier on for this person, they were not trusting this because they didn't have the wisdom here. This person sees the hidden potential here. And here we have the big picture, which talks about somebody standing back and taking a look at, the big picture, kind of, rather than the details so much. Like, well, yeah, they're seeing the big picture, which is very Sagittarian, right? And this is great. And so here she looks at the world, and these flowers are coming out of this one part of the world, and she's very happy. And the rainbow kind of exudes here, right, from this universe here, or her hand. It's hard to see. I feel like it's both. And here's her hair here is like sparkle. The sparkles are coming here, like magic is being performed, or there is definite beauty. Yes, and that's what this person is seeing. They're seeing the big picture and the beauty here and the hidden potential right here. You might have been a secret, Sagittarius, right? An enchanting, unconventional secret. Yeah. Unconventional. Hey, unconventional just means like, it can mean anything. It can mean like you guys met in some kind of a weird way, and now you guys are, gonna walk down the aisle or something like that. Like, and this is because this talks about something huge. It doesn't just talk about dating and, yeah, it talks about they're coming here, but they're going to contact you for a date. And let's see what else they offer here. It might also be because the owl is capable of swiveling its head in a complete 360-degree circle. It can look behind to see the past, wow, as well as ahead to see what's coming. See, this is really beautiful. And these people who know about these animals and their abilities, it's just, I'm sure they have studied this, but it's beautiful, right? Yeah, and it's very enchanting and captivating as well, and of course very wise, right, about these animals. That's interesting. I was watching something with the owl when he sticks his head out of the tree, right? Because he goes inside the tree, like within the hollow trunk, I believe. But when he comes out, if it's really cold, all he has to do is kind of like pull his feet in. Yeah, and they are protected by his body. I mean, this is really beautiful. It's like a headlight. Like some cars, you pull the headlight in so it's not exposed. Yeah, I don't have one of those cars, Sagittarius. Yeah, help me out, all right? I'm just kidding, right? Yeah, I've seen those. They used to have them on sports cars and kind of high-end cars, right? Yeah, I'm driving a basic car, Sagittarius, right? Yeah, I am. Of course, it's just fine. It gets me from A to B, right? Yeah, it does. And so this is very interesting. This is somebody who has looked at this from all angles. They've grown. There's probably pain involved in this reading because there probably is. I feel like there is, right? So, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But this big picture is here. Yeah, this talks about this person who has grown and they have awakened. But once they awakened, they realized their powers. And so more powers started surfacing for them. More intuitive powers, psychic powers, etc. This person is definitely like trying to make this manifest. I feel like they're doing it with like meditation or affirmations. Yeah, and this was talking about the affirmation. All these animals have an affirmation in that book, right? And the big pictures here, it talks about stepping back and taking a look at the big picture. And this is what they have done. For sure they have, to see this kind of growth, right? Here are these two, I don't know what kind of flowers they are, I'll be honest. Coming out, yeah. And so here's the intuition card with the beautiful fairy, and her head is all lit up. Here it is, her third eye, her pineal gland, right? And here's open your heart, and she lays here with the swan while she hugs the heart. While she hugs the heart. Yeah. And so anyway, let's see what else we have. Let me turn this off, you guys. And so I beg your pardon, you guys. I didn't know the phone was on, right? Let me just hang this all the way up. Okay. So we have down here, Sagittarius, addictions. Now, when we see addictions, it can talk about this codependency. It says right here, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block and restraint. Maybe this person is obsessed with you. They could be obsessed with making this happen. And no, we're not talking about obsession, where somebody's trying to look through your window, and not that kind, all right? All these words are kind of hijacked, right? Obsession is not really a good thing. It's not. But some people, they go, what? Obsession? Oh, right? Because they've hijacked so many words, right? Yes, they have. And so, this person here, I feel like and she's sad. She's dragging this heart. I feel like they are obsessing over whether or not this is going to happen. That's really what this card means. We have the coffin. It says rest in peace. Yeah, there's nobody's name there. That's good, right? Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. Yeah, that's what I said. There's so much wisdom here. There's major growth here. Yeah. And we also have the date. Let's see what this date says here. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, planning and setting a date. Maybe you're going to meet this person. Maybe you're meeting somebody here who you just meet them and they find you very enchanting, and they are, they have spiritually grown or spiritually awakened, and they find you to be fascinating, right? I mean, that's great, because you don't want to run into anybody who is, emotionally intelligent with a 6th grade education. No, you don't. At least don't send them my way, Sagittarius, please. No, they don't want somebody like me, because, it might really tell them where they belong, right? Go back to 6th grade, right? Maybe. So let's see what we have, Sagittarius. We have the 9 of Wands. This talks about inner strength, right? And so today we have your person's cards here. Yeah, this is how we're doing it today. The 9 of Wands is inner strength. And he has like this gecko here with him, right? And here he is. And, typically it's kind of the wounded warrior, which is resilience. And that's showing up here, right? Resilience is inner strength. Here's the 8 of Wands. This is excitement, right? Here he is with his bow and arrow with all these 8 wands. And he's looking at this castle over there going, well, I wish I could live with Sagittarius, right? I'm pretty sure here. Yeah, in this reading, I'm pretty sure. And here's the King of Swords. This is a man of great intelligence. Yeah, and maybe it's emotional intelligence for sure. Maybe it's an air sign. It doesn't have to be. We have other signs down here. But, the King of Swords is typically a decision, right? Or analyzation. But I feel like sometimes it is justice, right? Like somebody's making, a decision, very just, very intelligent. Let's see what they say about the King of Swords. And this is an authority figure, firm but fair. Yeah, they're firm but they're fair, Sagittarius. That's, But this is what's on your mind. I feel like you're wondering here if this person has decided, or if they come forward, if you know them, right? If you know them. You could be wondering if they have decided here about this Ace of Wands, which is right below it, right? These cards play off each other all day long. They do. They're like little kittens playing together, right? And so you could be, this is what's on your mind here. The 8 of Wands is your current energy. You could be excited, possibly, right? Excited about them coming. You could. Maybe this is you with all this intuition and wisdom, right? Yeah, you could have graduated yourself, Sagittarius, right? You could have. The School of Emotional Intelligence. One time I bought my son a book like that, and he never read it, right? And it took him years, right? But not that many, but now he's doing so great, right? Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, because we've been chatting a lot, and he's grown, and I'm like, wow. He also has a family, and I feel like that really helped him kind of grow, right? Yeah, made him happier and made him grow. The King of Swords depicts an upright man with a serious expression. Okay, upright. This person is like an upstanding guy, or maybe a woman, but the King of Raphael is exactly that. Warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Yes, it's safe to trust. I feel like this person, if this is them and not you, they've grown a whole bunch, and now they are somebody that you can trust, most likely, and that is, an upstanding person. Maybe before they were, a low-vibing person, playing games or something. I'm not really sure here, right? It's not really talking about the past, but this is confirmed twice that they are kind of an upstanding person, unless it's you. And when we see these confirmations, it's like it's a message that says, yeah, this person, that could be implying that they were not that way in the past. Yeah. So this could be what's on your mind if this person is coming maybe very upstanding. I feel like for some of you guys, you know this person well, and you know that they've grown or changed. They could be going through something really hard with the coffin, Sagittarius. They could have went through an ending. right? Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, and liberation and transition. I feel like the way these cards came out too, and if you guys watch my readings, all these oracle spreads have their own order. And the first card here was the coffin, the addiction, and the date. This could be saying that your person here is ending something, and challenging them is this addiction. Or they're obsessing. It's not really an addiction. Maybe they have addictions, but I don't feel like this is about addiction, Sagittarius. I feel like it's them obsessing about you, and it's challenging this person. And I feel like they've ended something because they're obsessing over you. Like, I really want Sagittarius, right? So the coffin doesn't have your name on it, Sagittarius. No, it doesn't, right? The date is here in the root. Meeting somebody new, possibly getting back out there. Your person's getting back out there. And they want to plan and set a date with you. Yes, they do. And the way he's standing there, he looks like, well, what's your answer? Right? On this itty bitty card. And so here, you're wondering, possible, if they have made this decision. I feel like you're excited. Or if they're excited. Yeah. You could be wondering if this person has like gained courage or gotten stronger. They have. This is about somebody. That's the thing about people who are upstanding and honest and fair. They feel good about themselves, right? No need to lie. No need to be mean. No need to play games, right? It's like anybody else, right? Even like maybe a friend or something, right? When you find out, when people are not that nice or something like that, it has to do with their own issues, their own self-esteem, their own self-worth, right? It's like people who can't be trusted. I don't mean just friends. I'm talking about big people. And of course, when I say big people, why do they need control, right? Why? Because they're just not happy. But anybody who here is really kind of who is upstanding, that person's a happy person. And they have like confidence in themselves. Because the confident person doesn't try to hurt other people. They're too busy like focusing on their own progress. And good things. I feel like this person, maybe they in the past they were like, I don't know, maybe not this way. I feel like that's probably true. And what's on your mind is the Five of Swords. Here's the man. He just won the battle. There could be a victory and a defeat here in this reading, and especially with that coffin, right? Let's see here. And this says, accept the limits of both victory and defeat. This is what you want. Or what you're hoping for. I feel like if you know them, you're hoping that they're going to accept what comes with defeat and what comes with victory. It's easy to accept the victory, but the defeat, because they might have to end something here, or they might have ended something, and you could be hoping that they're going to be okay with it. Like, this could be like energy, like where, well, if you broke up with, whoever, don't come, like, if you still have regret, or you're still healing, or you're still kind of dealing with that, please don't show up. Be ready, kind of, and, that you have accepted what's in your life, kind of. The World card is what you're hoping for. Now, we know this as, a new cycle and an ending and a beginning, because the World usually closes the cycle out and opens a new one. And sometimes it closes out a cycle of kind of not knowing yourself, or kind of a lower consciousness, and begins a new one with higher consciousness. The Chariot is what you're fearing and doubting. But back to the World card, Sagittarius, this is success and achievement in a major way. Yeah, and this is also about wisdom. It is, because all these animals have wings here. They're usually reading a book, but in this one they have wings here. And it's interesting, it is. And we also have the Chariot here in your fear or your doubt. And let's see what they say about the Chariot. And this is struggle and tension. And they call it that because these two horses are pulling different ways. So, right? So, these are the opposing forces. You could be afraid that this person, or not afraid, but like you don't want them to come like stressed out, right? And that's kind of what that Five of Swords is about too. Like you don't want them to come that way. Your person could have maybe defeated you in the past. It's possible here. And that now you want to, like, you most likely want to start all over. With the Five of Swords here, with this victory, accepting victory and defeat, maybe you had to accept possibly, maybe that they just defeated you in the past. Because there's some type of like apology going on in this reading. A recognition that I hurt you in the past. There's something like that showing up here. And so your person, what's on their mind is the Ace of Wands. What's next to it is the Star. Maybe they want you naked here, Sagittarius, but this chick has a bi-level haircut. I used to have one. I'm not into those haircuts. Funny. So, here, Sagittarius, it just means it was real short in one part and really long in another part, right? And there's a lot of short, and it's just, that's all it means. It kind of looks like two haircuts, right? But here, the Ace of Wands, Sagittarius, is on their mind. This is a passionate new opportunity. And the Star is in their current energy. This is, faith and hope, but this could be healing. I feel like what's on their mind is to heal this and have a brand new beginning with you. Here's the Queen of Swords, and that shows up in the past for them. Let's have a look at the Queen of Swords and suffering with dignity and resignation. Maybe that's what they were doing. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is typically somebody who kind of can deal with pain, kind of. Yeah. I mentioned pain earlier. I feel like this person has learned, and it's been painful. I'm pretty sure here. Learn the hard way that it could be this, that they really, love you, right? And they chose somebody else, or they were really of a lower consciousness. Yeah. But the big picture talks about somebody. This person could have stepped back, and now they understand the big picture. For sure. Because they perceive the truth here. Perception is here with the owl. So they're seeing the truth. Yeah. And that's what the other owl talks about. This person totally sees the truth. Yeah. Remember, he can turn his head backwards and forward, right? I hope they can't do that, Sagittarius, because, maybe they can, right? Here's the Queen of Cups, and this is in their challenge. Now, that could be a woman. It could be, a person that they feel challenged by it because the coffin is here, right? For some, this could be just an ending with you. It could be. But endings, they could really be ending something here because of this pain too, possibly, right? This pain and resignation and dignity, right? And the Queen of Cups, let's see what they say about her. Where is she? Because we know her as Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, right? We know her as somebody maybe intuitive, compassionate. And this is in their challenge, though. So where did they put the Queen of Cups here? Here she is. And this is the beloved. This is in their challenge. The beloved. Not the beloved. The beloved. It's next to this Ace of Wands. You are the beloved. Yes, you are in this reading. And they have the Queen of Pentacles here. And this is what they want, or what they're hoping for, right? Yeah, this also talks about a mermaid too. And this challenge for them, Sagittarius, could be a sea of love in this particular deck. Yeah, this person is drowning in the sea of love. That's what they're doing here. Because we have this card about obsessing. Right? And that was the first card. That's like their first, yeah. Queen of Pentacles, let's have a look at the Queen of Pentacles, right? Maybe your person, possibly. And this could be somebody else too. Possibly somebody else could be drowning in a sea of love. Yeah, it could be here that they're leaving behind. Because here's the victory. Accepting victory and loss right above it. And these cards always play off, they often play off the other card, the adjacent card or the one above. And the Queen of Pentacles showing up here. Maybe they're an earth sign. And this is a love of luxury. And so maybe they're hoping here to build, the World card can be wealth and achievement, because it can be that you have really gotten to a place you want to be. It could be about, because it's success too. And that's in your desire above it. This person's hoping to build with you, most likely. Yeah. And here's the Fool. They're afraid you're not going to go on this adventure with them, Sagittarius. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. They're afraid you're not going to have courage, or they're afraid they're not going to have this adventure. Maybe they're afraid they're going to fall off the cliff with you because, he's not paying attention. And let's see. And we're going to go to their extended, which is a tarot spread all about them. We're going to use a different deck in the other reading. And we're going to see, Sagittarius, how they feel about you. We're going to look at a different spread where we see their advice, who's in their environment, what they're hoping for, right? This kind of what they're expecting, what they're focusing on, what they're leaving behind. We're going to see all that. And their first card here for their oracle spread is the big picture. This person is standing back, looking at the big picture. She's looking at the universe, and she sees all these flowers that have sprouted here, and they're growing out of this one part. This person sees the magic here, and they see the growth and the potential. And here's hidden potential with the owl. This person could be hiding. They could be quiet all by themselves. Over here, the Queen of Swords talks about, kind of resigning, like, in resignation, like in solitude, or nobody knows, kind of, about their pain. And crossing them, and this could be challenging them, or it could be supporting them, is their intuition. They had an awakening, or they have. This person has raised their consciousness, and so here this helps them because they can see the big picture, but it challenges them because they're not with you, and there's some type of apology, or I'm sorry, or something going on here, and they could have broke your heart before, or maybe they just weren't available. This intuition, knowing that really that they want to spend their life with you, or they want this major union with you, right, is like, and they want this miracle because here's the blue rose with the mermaid. But over here, this could be challenging them because we have endings and new beginnings. They could be ending something with the coffin. And they just could be, they definitely could be. And why it's all happening for them is open your heart. So we're going to see, this is going to be a 10-card spread, and we're going to talk about open your heart because we're going to see, and we're going to continue this reading. Thank you so much for joining me here. And the open heart, they could be opening their heart, but they could be feeling maybe that you won't. It's possible in this reading, right? Yeah. Because remember, your person was in pain over here. Yeah, they were. So we're going to end the reading, and they're all super affordable. The link for the extension is in the description box below. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. God bless you guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.